So can you see me? Today we're going to be talking about camouflage and a military technique called SILLS. We're going to be talking about the ability to blend into your environment, to break your silhouette, and using different camouflage patterns to be able to hide basically out in the open and go undetected. So let's get into it. All right, everybody, we are back with another video today talking on the art of camouflage. This could be huge, it could be critical to your security, to your safety. If we had a grid down scenario and you had people on your property, or you are wanting to surveil, go undetected, we're talking about camouflage and how to blend into your background. So we are gonna go over the military technique of SILLS, and we are gonna talk about different color combos and how to break up your silhouette. So let's just go ahead and dive into it. So let's start off by talking about SILLS. Stop, look, listen, smell. So this is often taught to military trackers and military personnel. So that's going to become your main line of defense. You realize that the offense, that's what they understand, is stop, look, listen, smell. So you are trying to combat stop, which is motion. So if you learn to move extremely slow with smooth intentional movement, you're gonna combat that stop, because they're gonna stop and look. And that's where that comes in. So they're looking for motion, they're looking for movement. If you can move extremely slow, blending into your background, that goes undetected. It's hard to pick up slow, even, consistent movement versus quick, jerky motion and movement. So secondly is listen. You're trying to not make any noise, or as little noise as possible. You don't want to be cracking sticks and rustling leaves. You want to be moving with intention, watching the ground as you move. The third is smell. You don't want to go out there smelling like a barbecue pit or a fresh bonfire or any type of cologne. You want to keep your smell to a minimum. So it's best to use scent-free soaps. Don't put on colognes if you're going to be doing this kind of thing. And watch what you're eating, low smell foods, because smell, believe it or not, in the woods, it pops. You can pick up on a smell pretty quickly when you're out there and all you're smelling is pines and leaves. Any kind of foreign smell, it shows through pretty quickly. So the next thing we're going to be talking about is camo patterns and colors. So when you're thinking about camouflage, you're trying to break up your pattern. The entire intention is to break up your pattern and blend into your background. Colors aren't always important, but they do help. So when you get into some different colors, like I'm wearing mossy oak right now. Mossy oak is really good back in the hardwoods. It'll even blend into pines. You can kind of see I blend in pretty good to my background in here color wise. But like real tree all-purpose works pretty good. Military woodland camo works pretty good. So let's talk a little bit about camo patterns. Camo pattern and color is not always the most important thing. A lot of times it's how you use it, but it can make a difference. If you're using a completely off pattern for your background, you will stick out like a sore thumb. Like this digital camo, which is meant for desert, that's not gonna blend into this background very well. You can already see that stands out pretty well. I'm wearing mossy oak right now. Mossy oak tends to blend into hardwoods and even some of these pines real well where I'm at. I mean, it has some leaflet on it. It has a lot of natural stuff for my environment, so it blends in pretty well, but real tree all-purpose seems to work pretty well too. I mean, you can see there's a lot of tans and a lot of golden. That blends into our background really well. So just mostly breaking up your pattern with the right color combo, getting close. As long as you're not silhouetting and showing your backdrop, that's kind of the key. You know, you walk through this timber, you can see me right now standing out here in the open pretty easily. But if I go get up against the tree or along a brush line, I'm gonna disappear pretty quickly. And it's kind of the same thing for equipment. So as you can see, I just wrapped the front end of my rifle, and any other gear you would have, it'd be good to cover it up. There's different ways you can paint your rifle. Some people paint them. You can wrap them like this with just some, I forget what they call that. It's like an elastic stretch wrap for camouflaging things. But if I keep this in close, kind of cover up a lot of the black, it kind of disappears into the background with me. So just breaking up the pattern, that's the key, is keeping everything broke up and kind of blend it into your backdrop. So you can see having kind of the right color contrast. It doesn't have to be perfect, but the right color contrast that breaks up your background and kind of folds you into your background, it's gonna hide you even better. But like I said, the biggest thing is breaking up your silhouette. So when you're moving through the timber in the brush, the idea is to stay along brush lines, to stay along trees. If you get into the background of like open areas like this, you can see me walking pretty well. But if I come up on a tree and I kind of tend to blend in, you can see I kind of disappear a little bit more. So that's the idea, is to stay along brush lines and along tree lines. Moving slowly and intentionally, because if you start picking up pace too much, you know, you see me really well. I show up. So the other thing you can do, you can make a ghillie, which this works really good. This was extremely cheap. This is just a camo netting material you can get on Amazon or eBay or all over the internet. I think I paid $20 for a huge roll of this stuff. But you can see something like this, I can put over me and get kind of a leaflet pattern. I could have my rifle under here with me and I could get back down in here so you can see you get a little bit of a pattern broke up with a leaflet. Like this, you can really blend in and hide. It makes it really difficult to see me. So you can see the leaflet pattern works really well. Now it's not going to work as good up against something dark, unless you get down around the base and look like a pile of leaves. But I mean, this might not be too bad. You get down in here like this, but you're still going to be able to see my silhouette a little bit. So it's understanding your camouflage, your color combo, and where you can blend in. That makes all the difference in the world. But you can do these out of any color. They make a lot of colors in this leaflet. There's a lot of different styles. Like I said, this stuff's cheap. It works pretty well. So one of the biggest things to remember is movement, because movement will give your position away quicker than anything else. Having a good camo pattern really isn't going to matter, and having the right color combo to drop into your background isn't going to matter if you're out there moving around really fast. So one of the biggest things is moving slow, like I said, with intention. If you can move slow with intention and stop your movement, perform the same thing, stop, look, listen, smell. You are watching to see if somebody's following you. You're listening to hear if somebody's behind you, in front of you, out off to your side. You're smelling, you're kind of feeling your environment out and smelling to see if there's any odd smells. Do you smell a human odor? Are you smelling any kind of food, any kind of fire smoke? Is there anything off? That'll give away if somebody's on your trail, if there's somebody out in the woods with you. Sometimes there's just a gut feeling too. Your mind picks up on things that a lot of times you may not realize consciously, but subconsciously your mind is picking up on things that are out there, like changes in light and shade, something your eyes catch in the backdrop that maybe don't register up front. So if you get an odd feeling, the best thing you can do is stop, look, listen, and smell. So just kind of hang back, go still, because you can see if you drop down and go still in camouflage, you're pretty well undetectable. Okay, so you can see I'm in camouflage. I got a brush line behind me, but I'm still really visible. And that's because I'm out in the open. I'm not up along the brush line. So watch me go up into the brush line a little bit. And even though I'm in camouflage, you can still see me a little bit because this color does not really blend in with this backdrop very well. I could probably make it work if I tucked in a little more, but honestly, if I were in a scenario like this, I would be better off getting rid of this, rolling it up and tucking it away. Tuck it in my jacket or your for now, I'll just toss it out to the side. And you can see that if I pull up in a darker contrast and get down in here, I can hide a lot better. So if you're coming up along property or you're doing some security around your property and you don't want to be seen, the best thing you could do is get low along the brush line. Move along fence lines where you got brush, stay quiet. See, if I move slow with intention, it's harder to see me. if I move around kind of jerky, you can really pick up on my actions. You're gonna see me. So you can see how important it is to blend in with your background. You can see how important it is to move slow and intentionally, not to be jerky, not to create a lot of motion. Moving low and slow along a brush line, you could really blend in, running down this fence line or running along whatever area you got brush. You just don't want to be out in the open. You don't want to be out in the middle of a field. So keep that in mind. So what kind of camouflage do you prefer? Whatever type of camouflage you like, what works for you, let us know down in the comments. Anything else you'd like us to explore with the camouflage, let us know. We might be able to do some more future videos on it. And if you like this, hit like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. If this is the kind of thinking that speaks to you, hit subscribe. I'll be covering gear, prepping systems, homestead tactics, and off-grid survival. Don't get caught off guard. Let's get ready together.